Lucid, welcome. First time chatter as well. I appreciate everyone who's dropping in the chat now. Welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Atomic Ghost is OG. As I know him, OG Slender on TikTok.
Okay, there we go.
Lucid, I recognize. We're getting I
Right.
sent out a ping to, I don't have the biggest
Perfect.
Discord in the world, but we got a few regulars in there. So
Well, I appreciate it. It's
yeah,
a
and I
very
figured.
this is still a very new channel, so low viewers is something I'm very familiar with still. So
Oh, dude, I'm terrified to try to make accounts on like other platforms.
Mhm.
I'll do it eventually, I think, but I
You
mean,
really
props to you for even biting the bullet and attempting it.
I'm trying. It's oh my gosh, it's so much. Going from just TikTok to suddenly being like, well, I'm going to try Twitter and YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I didn't put that much thought. I should have. I really should have tried a little bit, or like thought a little bit more about it instead of just being like, I'm gonna do it and start posting on all of them because it's really hard to keep up with more than just one platform at a time. It
Yeah,
really is.
no, I feel like I upload like one video to TikTok and I'm exhausted. like
Hmm.
I'm like, all right, that's it. That's enough for the day.
And
Um,
you're
but yeah, I
you're
don't
more
know.
successful than
Go
I
ahead.
am on TikTok, but like, so what do you have any sort of secret to that as far as your posting? Do you post a certain amount per day, or is it just whenever you can come up with something you post it?
No, it's my schedule's pretty sporadic, and I
Okay.
I think the longer I've been on TikTok, the longer I kind of take between uploads,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
because I think I'm putting more time into each video, so that just it means that you're lucky to see videos on my page more than once every couple days,
Okay.
unless something's happening like in Pokemon Go. If
Hmm.
there's something that's really hot that I can jump on and just kind of make like a quick thing.
Right.
Um, but I don't know. I guess if I have any secrets, it's just that I do have experience as like a video editor, so that's where the temptation comes to kind of put a little extra work in
Of
and
course.
try to kind of you know
So did you start as a video editor, or did you start as? I mean, we all played video games as kids, I'm assuming, but I mean, it
yeah.
wasn't
Oh
like
yeah.
your thing, really, was it? Or did you like start with the video editing?
Yeah, no, I was. I mean, my older brother, I'll blame for getting me into video games,
Okay.
but that's always been a big part of my life. Even, I mean, maybe I guess they kind of happened at the same time. So like when I was young, we would do like video, we would make like movies, but we didn't have like editing software. I mean, when we were
Okay.
kids, we had like high eight tapes that you
Hmm.
had to shoot on, and you had to do the editing in camera, like just shoot
Yes.
everything in sequence, because we didn't have like computers to edit on.
Uh-huh.
So
That's
that came much later. I mean, I was I guess video games came first for sure for me.
what was like your first big video game that your brother kind of got you into? And real quick,
Oh.
Atomic Ghost. I see your highlighted message. I'll get to it.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see that message. That's a message that curses me. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and ignore that
Okay.
one.
Fair,
Um,
fair enough.
but no, my first game was definitely something off of the Super Nintendo. My
Okay.
first early memory was my older brother having a Super Nintendo that he wouldn't let me play, and I want to say it was either Super Mario World or
Hmm.
like Yoshi's Island. Maybe was
Yes.
like my first like core memory of like playing like an actual
Nice.
like console video game.
Same. I mean, same here as far as like the Super Nintendo. That's where I started as well. We had the what was it like? I don't think it was Madden back then, but it was an NFL game, and me and my cousin would play it all day long. Like it was absolutely. That's definitely where I kind of got hooked at first.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, it was through the NFL games because uh, I used to play football as a kid, and me and my cousin we played football all the time. So like sports games were like our first video games that really like got our attention, and then from there like I just dove right in. I mean, anything from Pokemon to Mario to eventually World of
Interesting. Okay.
Warcraft to like just all sorts of gaming.
Yeah, no, getting in at sports games, that's really interesting.
Hmm.
I don't think I've heard that from anyone, but what a great gateway
Yeah,
to a whole new universe
I agree. I don't
of
know if you ever
entertainment, man.
did you ever play any of those originals like sports games on the Super Nintendo?
I remember going not on the Super Nintendo. I remember going to friends' houses when I was like in like second grade and playing Madden on the N64.
Yes.
I think that was like my first experience with it, but I wasn't that into sports. I mean, I played on a baseball team at one point, but I was pretty detached from the sports world, so I wasn't like super invested in that particular genre of games. But I would play it if my friends were playing it. You know?
Fair enough. What video game did you like decide to make your first video about? Can you think of that?
Oh, I mean, I'm actually thinking back to like childhood. Like, did we make videos about games? But if you mean on TikTok, I mean, it was definitely Pokemon Go.
Yeah, definitely Pokemon Go on TikTok. Okay. So,
yeah,
did you start playing Pokemon Go when it first came out? Like, when you first started playing, were you making content at like the same time, or were you just trying to like play the game and then eventually the content came?
I didn't make a TikTok account till like the day. I think it was either a day or two after the level cap increased.
Okay.
Like they dropped that level 50 update.
Yep.
And I had been on TikTok before that, but not really posting game stuff. Like I had a second account before I have my current one. And I was just kind of like enjoying the platform and just kind of spamming random stuff until I think I did post a couple Pokemon Go videos on that. And I noticed they got pretty good views. And I was like, you know what? I should make a new account. Let's try doing this for real. We got this like level 50 thing coming out, so I basically just use that as my like template for content. I'm like, I'll document my journey, like hitting level 41, hitting level 42, and I figured that would be, you know, interesting for people to watch, or at least surprising, because I think by that point a lot of people had kind of dropped off.
They were definitely trying to pull a lot of people back in at that point. Like, here's new gameplay. We're updating a bunch of features, and now that level cap is increased. So come on back. Like, there's stuff to do. And,
I mean, Niantic really owes us big. You know, us.
Yes.
Anyone that was posting Pokemon Go content back then. I mean, who knows what numbers we were responsible for pulling back in at that point.
I 100% agree.
You know, pretty well, and I'm sure I've seen some of your videos get, you know, pretty huge traction too. So like, I would love to have that statistic. I know we would never get it.
No.
But if you can somehow trace who watched our videos and who ended up actually going and like opening the game again or downloading it.
I agree, because I don't know about you, but I've gotten a ton of feedback. It just in my comments alone, of just being like, I quit playing the game, but like I watched like you playing it and looks like you're having a lot of fun, so I picked it back up and we're gonna do this event with like my girlfriend or like whatever it is. But
yeah,
I definitely think content creation as far as Pokemon Go goes, like it's a huge factor for their player base, like maintaining their player base. Oh man, I just made a dumb error.
Yeah, no, I think they saw that, and I mean, I guess TikTok was growing around that time too, but to me it was funny to see like, oh, the Pokemon Go official account has opened, like within like a month or two of like when I really started getting involved on the platform, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of Pokemon Go accounts kind of on here uploading stuff.
Same here.
And then like, I was like, oh, okay, now the official account shows up all of a sudden. Okay, interesting.
And not only that, is the official Pokemon Go account showed up, but then like the OG YouTube guys that were doing the Pokemon Go stuff weren't on TikTok yet. Trainer Club, Trainer Tips, Reversal, all those guys, they weren't on TikTok. And I was just like, what is happening right now? This is my opportunity. I felt like it was my opportunity to like make some content and start posting it on a new platform. And I don't know, I've had a lot of fun doing it. This is actually the first time I've ever like picked a video game and started making like content off of it, and or anything even in this field, like close to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a power equipment salesman before all of this started. So
oh really? Okay. Interesting.
I actually lost my job before the pandemic started. Had to pick up door dashing, and I was just out of my mind. Like I hated my life kinda, and like I was just like driving 12 hours a day, just trying to pay the bills during the pandemic. And I was so stressed out. And I was like, the icing on the top of the cake here is I can play Pokemon Go all day long while I'm door dashing. And like, I'm having fun playing the game. And I was just like, but it's not really adding anything to my life. It's more of a distraction. I was like, but I'm very interested in like video editing, content creation, social media, all that kind of stuff. I was like, if I can start making content out of this, like, we'll see how that goes. And I don't know, it's been a blast. I've had so much fun doing it ever since.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's what's so incredible about TikTok to me, and I think the reason why I got like so invested in it, because I was sort of burnt out by the internet. Like,
yes.
I think I think before TikTok I would spend time on like YouTube, and I guess YouTube still got, I still use YouTube quite a bit, but using Reddit, like I didn't I felt like the internet and like Instagram especially was getting so like polished, and like it was kind of getting dominated by like big
Yeah.
companies and big like influencers. And then I go over at TikTok, and it's like you see people that have obviously never like thought to upload anything, or like normally would not have ever done it, but for some reason on TikTok they feel like, hey, this is a fresh platform, I'm going to give it a shot here. And you were just seeing this like new wave of people from like parts of the US you normally wouldn't see. Like I ate that stuff up, and I think it sounds like you're one of those stories too, of like, hey, this is a platform that like I think I can actually, I feel comfortable starting on. And for me too, like I technically work professionally in video, but I've never been tempted to make like a YouTube channel or try to be like, or do like influencer stuff. But TikTok just seemed fun. So I was like,
I agree.
All right, it's sort of like a lower expectation on here. I can kind of just not worry about like being like super polished and just kind of have fun with it. So
That's
it's
how
been
I
a game
felt.
changer for me, like eye opening.
And I agree. And the whole unpolished versus polished thing, I think is funny because that's what I'm finding is the biggest difference right now between like posting my stuff on TikTok and YouTube. Is like I go on YouTube and the comments are just like trashing the quality of my stuff, or like the quality of like my videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I'm not a video editor. I'm using the basics of my computer. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm doing my best and just trying to upload as consistently as possible, but I'm not a video editor. So like I take all of those comments like like with a grain of salt, but like
if you're like you learn by doing too. So it's like, well,
absolutely.
Everyone started somewhere. I know. I mean, the only person I can even think of that's made kind of that transition. I mean, I'm sure you know about like Pokedaxy, right?
Oh yeah.
He's
incredible,
and he's sort of like in a position where I'm pretty sure he actually has like a video editing, like video production background. So he like
does.
He has that like the skill set and kind of polished to like drive that transition pretty well. Like it's been pretty crazy to see him pull it off. So, but like, yeah, for most people, it's crazy how different that expectation is between platforms. But
it really is, because every
single
one of
you
my
will improve by doing it. So like, I mean, props to you for keeping it up. Again, I'm terrified to do that. So
just go for it. What's the worst that's gonna happen? And that's what I thought. I was like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? I mean, I get these comments, fine, whatever. I also get comments that go, I love your content, bro. So like,
there you go. Yeah.
It's fine.
So it seems like you're taking it in stride, which is good.
Absolutely. And I just think it's weird. I've never get a single one of those comments on TikTok. No one on TikTok expects quality, so that's funny.
It's like insanely nice. Everyone on TikTok is like, I mean, save for like very rare comments. Like I struggle to even think about like seeing negativity on any of my videos, except for one of my Arceus videos where people were very offended that I made a tutorial. That was like, yeah, like the information was like too basic. They're like, why are you telling us stuff we already know? Like,
I get that too.
That's what tutorials are. It's not for you. It's for people. It's for the people that don't know.
And look, one comment below you, there's somebody that goes, "Thanks, I didn't read that."
Like for every like few comments that says that, there's like one or two that's like, "Oh my god, I didn't know this," and you're like, "Okay, so well, it's helping somebody. I guess let's
because if those people are anything like me, I'm not reading tutorials in games. I'm spamming A until I get to the point where I can play the game.
And the truth of it is, like back then, I was streaming when the game was new, so I honestly wasn't really reading the text. I was like busy reading chat, and I was super distracted. So
exactly, you found something that you thought was useful, and you're like, "Perfect, I'll share it."
Like I'll share it. Stuff that I was like discovering that I'm like, if I missed this, I'm sure other people did too.
Yeah.
And but other than that, one example, I mean, like TikTok is insanely wholesome and positive compared to like comment sections that I would see on YouTube and stuff. But
100%. So for your Legends Arceus gameplay, now I have the game. It's right here. It's unopened. I have not played it yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
I am waiting for a capture card because I want to do it all live on stream, like play through all that kind of stuff. How's your experience been? Am I seriously missing out right now because I'm not playing? Okay.
Yes, you're.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you're missing out.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you've played the original games, right?
Oh, yeah. Like, I played all of them except for this one.
Really? Okay, because
Yes.
I'm coming in. So I played the original, like, my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Yellow.
Oh, yeah, me
I
too.
mean, I played my brother's versions of Red, but like the first one that I owned and really spent time on was Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy. Was it the Game Boy Color? No, I
Yeah,
don't even think it was the Color back then.
it was just Game
Um,
Boy.
yeah, and then I went up to like Gen 2, 3, and kind of fell off. And I was still playing games. I kind of like fell off the Pokemon bandwagon once I
Right.
hit like high school.
Hmm.
And I
I was that
honestly
kid
didn't
with my
really.
Game Boy Advance in my book bag, and then I would like pull that out in class and start playing Leaf Green.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
So I mean, I always I always liked the series, and I would follow like updates. Like I knew kind of what was going on with the games, but I never actually like took the time to play one
Hmm.
until until Pokemon Go came out, and kind of like that all changed like
Hmm.
overnight. It was like, oh, there's this new Pokemon thing that's like actually genuinely new, with like an insane new genre. And I mean,
Hmm.
I could go into like how awesome I think Pokemon Go is as like a genre breaking thing. But
I'm right there with you.
to stay on topic here, that ended up leading to me like playing the Let's Go like Pikachu
Hmm.
remake, and like, which was basically like a Gen 1 remake. So I had a lot of fun with that.
And they gave you
And
the
then
Pokeball you could use for Pokemon Go.
right, oh yeah, the crossover
Hmm.
potential was pretty cool there. But then it wasn't until I guess Brilliant Diamond that I actually like fully played through um, like an actual like Pokemon game start to finish, and realized like, oh, I missed this. This is really
Nice.
fun. And then but that said, I played Arceus a month after that, or like literally like the night before I
Hmm.
finished Brilliant Diamond, and Arceus is here just like flipping the whole formula on its head and giving like a completely fresh new take, essentially like the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon games that
I'm
you've
so
played,
excited.
um,
I'm so excited.
or just any open world game.
Hmm.
So that, yeah, I guess that's a very long-winded way of saying like Arceus has been amazing because it's the Pokemon game that I always dreamed about as a kid. That's how I would describe it.
And it
And
feels like a Pokemon game that you can continue playing, or is it kind of like the other ones where you do your playthrough, you do your shiny hunts, but eventually you kind of move on to the next one?
yeah, I think that'll vary
Okay.
person to person. I'm personally like the way they've set up the Pokedex as like a checklist
Okay.
of things on each Pokemon, instead of just like, oh, you saw a Pokemon, is like
Hmm.
one version of like completion, and then if you actually like catch a Pokemon, that's like the final step.
Okay.
Like that's how it's been in previous games.
Hmm.
But in Arceus, it's like you're doing research on each species, so you have to
Oh.
do like a certain amount of tasks with each species to actually fully finish it.
So the
And
collection's much more in depth. Like,
yeah, like so it's way more than just about collection. It's about like observation and like feeding them in the wild, like teaching them certain moves. Like that stuff hooks me like nothing else. And so
okay.
I'm gonna be trapped probably playing Arceus until I like 100% finish the whole Pokedex. At this point, like that's how I enjoy the game.
That's
But
awesome.
there's also plenty of, I mean, there's a bunch of side content. Like I think you could easily get a good 100 hours out of that game,
Oh,
just based
beautiful.
on like the side quests and getting all the legendaries and stuff.
I'm excited about that. Speaking about 100 hours in a game, are you quite there yet with Unite?
Oh my god, you know what? I should probably check. I mean, I'm sure I am. I'm literally gonna open my Switch as we're talking here just to confirm
Go
that.
for
But
it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. I think I've played about 100 hours of Unite, if
what
not way more than that.
What's your main that you like to use?
Um,
Because
my
I'm gonna
main
let you
right
know right
now has
now.
been, I
I
think my comfort zone character is Cinderace.
Okay.
Um, but I played a lot of Eldegoss too,
Okay.
kind of in the early days, and now generally I've been playing it where like anytime a new Pokemon comes out, I try to just have fun trying out
Hmm.
new Pokemon, especially for streaming. I feel like
Absolutely.
that's the time. But if I'm playing ranked, no, I'm usually playing Cinderace or God, what else? Greedent. Greedent was really good until they nerfed him. I think I would have said Greedent would have been my main if they hadn't nerfed him so hard. But have you been playing
So
Unite at all?
I haven't. I've downloaded it. I've opened it. I've gone through the tutorial. I haven't done a match yet. I picked Talonflame, and I haven't
Oh,
done a
okay.
match yet. So I have it on my phone because I just recently got accepted to do the screen sharing live streams on TikTok. So
Oh,
I've
okay.
been doing my Go Battle League battles on there, and I've been having a lot of fun doing that out live on TikTok. And I was thinking, well, if I can do that, I can do the same thing mobile on my phone with Unite. And I was gonna try that out, but I haven't tried it yet. I've been way too busy. My
Okay.
fiance just
Yeah,
bought a
no,
puppy, so
careful when you get involved because that's a time sink.
yeah.
Unite is very addicting.
See,
So,
that's the thing. Like,
um,
I know I'm gonna get hyper focused on all these things, but I'm already maxed out on my time with all the other things I'm hyper focused on. So
yeah. Oh,
it's hard.
that's where I'm at in my life right now. There's too much to do, too much to keep up with. But at least I'm never bored, so
That's true.
that's a positive
That's
part
true. I
about it.
can't say
Yeah,
I've been
so I
bored.
just looked it up. I have 255 hours
Woo!
of Pokemon Unite.
Very nice.
That's a lot more than I would have thought. Oh God, I'm sure. You know what? To be fair, I'm sure some of that is just keeping the lobby open.
Sure.
Like I would like, the game just sits on,
Hmm.
or like if we're doing live stream, sometimes I'm just like the game's on. So I'm not going to say that's all gameplay, but yeah, 255 hours.
It's not bad.
That's a lot.
What would you say are some of the biggest tips you picked up while playing the game?
Um, you know what? I feel like a lot of what helps me do well in that game was playing other MOBAs. Like I don't know if you've played Dota or League of Legends or
Hmm.
any of these kind of arena or Smite.
Yep.
There's another one,
You used to play Dota.
but yeah, like I think stuff that I learned from those games, like how to kite, how to like
Hmm.
keep your distance, how to keep checking the mini map and just focusing on objectives. Like
Hmm.
there's so many of little things you can pay attention to when you're playing MOBAs, and I mean, I guess I don't even know where to begin as far as like
Fair enough.
beginner level tips to or like higher level stuff. But I think that's kind of why I like the game so much because there's so much going on.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, try not to feed. That let's just leave it at that. Like
Okay.
just. And I'm telling that to myself too, because I still play very recklessly, and I just run into
Just
situations
run
where,
straight in. Yeah.
yeah, like try not to feed the other team. That's good advice that we all need to hear.
Fair
So
enough. So are you streaming? You're streaming the Unite content mostly? Are you streaming it on Twitch? I'm guessing.
no, I haven't done. I get asked about Twitch a lot,
Okay.
and I've been in the background like planning maybe some things, but at least for the immediate future, I'm just streaming on TikTok
Okay.
essentially, and I do Unite sometimes. Sometimes I'll just be streaming, you know, Arceus.
Yeah.
We've actually been watching. We do this very late, so I don't blame anyone for not knowing that this has
Hmm.
been going on. But like usually like past midnight, I'll be like playing Pokemon Arceus and actually just watching episodes of the Pokemon TV show at
See,
the same time.
I think
And
I was scrolling on TikTok the other night and I came across that live stream. I was like, oh,
yeah,
they're watching Pokemon and playing Pokemon. This is great.
yeah. So that's my only really in-depth experience with OBS.
Hmm.
It's just making these like janky layouts for these like double content streams.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I've been having enough fun with just seeing what I can get away with on TikTok that I haven't
Do you have
planned to do much on other platforms. But there's definitely games like streaming Arceus or even Unite it would be easier to see what's happening on screen if I just put that up on Twitch. Vertical
absolutely,
video you can only
absolutely.
go so far.
Now, with TikTok, are you? You said with OBS and TikTok, are you like approved to actually stream through OBS on TikTok?
No, so I I'm looking forward to being able to use that though
Yeah,
because
I
I've seen
requested
people get
access.
it.
I haven't heard back. They replied
Yeah,
back with, "Here's screen sharing," and I'm like, "I didn't know that was a feature. Thank you, but that's not what I asked for."
oh, okay. So is that something you do have to ask for,
I,
or is there like a certain level that you just unlock that?
I think they gave me the screen sharing because I'm clearly a mobile game like content creator, and I went
Uh huh.
if you Google TikTok live streaming access, there is a forum where on TikTok support page where you can request access. You give them your account and you give them some information,
Okay.
and it takes them within like 30 days. And it was supposed to be for my stream key so that I can hook up OBS and be able to stream like this on TikTok. But they replied back 5 days later with, "Here's screen sharing access," and then I haven't heard anything else about that.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
annoying.
so I don't know.
I've heard that people have had trouble getting that stream key, and I know
Hmm.
TikTok likes to gate stuff behind like follower accounts.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't seen anything about getting a stream key
Okay.
yet, but yeah, so the way I've been using OBS is literally just to build layouts that I can format them for my own phone. So like I'll create a layout in OBS with 2 inputs. So I've got my Switch and then the Pokemon episodes, and I just put them together and then throw them up on my monitor.
Gotcha.
Just so that my phone can capture them. Like I don't actually have OBS like live
Okay.
plugged into anything.
I got you. You're using OBS to display on a screen, and then you're filming that screen with your phone for TikTok.
Yeah, purely just offline, like just to manage, just the collage content together, which is it's a pretty handy tool for that stuff.
The phone you're using to live stream. Oh, hi, Poe. Sorry.
What phone am I using?
No, I'm saying with that phone. Sorry, my dog came up and started whining in the middle of my sentence. But with the phone you're using to live stream, is that the same phone you're using to upload your content with, or is it a different phone?
Yeah. So I have an iPhone 8 Plus that I use to play Pokemon Go. Because there's something about the newer iPhones and like the longer screen format that like screws up like the scaling of like I don't know how to describe it, but like throwing Pokeballs is just harder for some reason.
I understand.
Like I have an iPhone 12 Max, and it's just like if a Pokemon's super far away, I don't know why. Like it's like
almost
the screen's
impossible.
cropped in or something, and I have to like really force it. So I'm most comfortable playing the game on like this. This is like my main phone, and yeah, I guess I do upload stuff through this phone, but most of it's edited, on my computer, and then I'll just airdrop a file.
The reason
kind of upload it there.
The reason I was asking is because for a while I was using this spare phone that I have. Hold on. I was using a spare older phone. You can't see it. I forgot. My video's not showing, but it's an older phone.
Well, I can sort of see your. I can see you on your Twitch. It's on a delay, but I can see it.
Okay. So it's an older iPhone, and I was trying to do the sort of a similar setup that you have, where like there was a phone, it was trying to live stream what I had on my display here, but then I had like my actual phone that I was using to do like my battles with, and after a couple live streams using the old phone, I got a notification from TikTok telling me that it was like suspicious behavior on my account, a different device, and I ended up being like shadow banned for about 30 days. My follower account would go up by like 30 people every day, and then when I'd wake up the next morning, those same 30 people would be unfollowed, and it would do the same thing over and over for about 30 days straight. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But the only thing that made it stop was me stopping using this phone for a solid week and going live on my other phone.
Okay.
And then it somehow made it go away. It was the weirdest thing. But I was wondering if you've ever experienced any of those issues using multiple devices. Because ever since that happened, now I'm scared to use any other device other than this phone.
I have heard, and I haven't heard this recently, but I remember when I first was getting onto TikTok, they had some kind of, someone warned me about, don't log into the same account on, multiple devices.
Yeah. And I think I might have made that mistake.
I honestly, since then, I've forgotten about it, because I do that a lot, because I stream on my nicer phone because it has a better camera, but I upload from my older phone, so I feel like I do kind of use them interchangeably. But
maybe it's because
better safe than sorry. If you feel like something's affecting it, then
exactly. It's possible because I got this spare phone from my brother-in-law, and maybe it's because it was attached to his Apple account at one point or something. Maybe it thinks, I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
But that's all I can think of.
That's the fun part of doing stuff on social media is you never know what's gonna trigger, what thing.
Exactly. And
the algorithm is, you're just at the mercy of that constantly, or however their rules work.
And I feel like towards the beginning of this year, TikTok's algorithm was changing on a daily basis or something. I don't know. It was really weird. I felt like every day I would log in and I would have a different experience with the app. Whether or not with the content I was pushing or the content I was receiving, I don't know. I was having a lot of difficulty with it. Did you have any sort of issues with TikTok like that, or you're not really paying attention?
Oh yeah, I mean all the time. I feel like I encounter new weird things.
Okay.
So yeah, you're not alone there. I mean maybe there was a period where there was more glitchiness. There was definitely some. I was getting spammed by their account notification thing. Like I even made a video about it.
Yeah.
I got like 100 notifications from them in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just sending me the same message and just weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. As far as like you gaining followers on TikTok and stuff, what do you think has been like your biggest push for gaining followers? Is it your live streams? Is it the content you're pushing, or is it?
Yeah, I would think it's a combination.
Okay.
I definitely like. I think live streaming is for whatever reason, my biggest like chunks of followers have come in while live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. I don't think it's so much just the live stream as it is like it's a combination. So, and if people who, you guys probably know this if you're watching this in the chat coming from my videos, but I talk about all the time how I have this theory that like TikTok will push like whatever your most like recent popular video is will get like pushed while you're live.
I think that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, really because like there's certain videos that get like start getting a ton of traction, and I'm never sure like, wait, were those followers coming in just through that video, or were people just like coming in through the live or whatever? But those big bursts tend to happen because of live streams, so I've been doing that more often.
I think so too. I started doing live streams more often on TikTok this year, and I don't know, it felt like last year TikTok was pushing more towards like getting people to work on their content, whether or not it's like like putting more content into a shorter form and using their filters and all that kind of stuff. Like that's what they were trying to push content creators to do in order to like see the traction on their videos. And then this year, it feels like they're pushing everyone towards the live streams. Like, oh, we've got new live updates coming, and like we want your creators to, like. I feel more incentivized to go live, and like I'm being rewarded more when I'm live on TikTok than I was previously.
I think you're right. I think there's been a big push, like they're doing all these events and things like that now, like live competitions. I have no idea what any of that does. Like I think I tried looking into it, like when they did the first big one that was like space themed. It was like, oh, how does this work? And there's like a point system, and I kind of just gave up after that. Like I don't know.
Me too.
I've stopped even really trying to guess what TikTok is trying to do, and just I'm tunnel visioning on what do I want to do.
Fair enough. So
like,
what do you want to do?
Like, because I almost don't have time to even like I have less and less time now. I feel like in general, so I don't even really spend that much time worrying about like the trends and things so much as just like what do I actually like want to edit, like what's the next thing I want to try to get out there. But it is a problem because if you can play the TikTok game like well, you can definitely get, more shorter, like more reach videos in general.
Yes.
I feel like, and I've actually like recruited people to like help me like what's a good like trending sound that I could use, because like I feel like less and less I'm actually using the For You page myself, so I'm not always aware of like what is popular right now. But like knowing what is popular and jumping on that stuff can definitely pay off if you get lucky. It's kind of.
I really do think I think it's a lot of luck involved. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you were saying you want to focus more on what you want to do. What is it that you want to do? What have you decided?
I think I have the most fun when I can tell like some kind of story. Like instead of just. And I guess that's even like where my account started, right? Because I was saying how it started because they increased the level cap, and I was like, I can kind of document my like moment to moment journey of like each level up. I'll make like a video about that, kind of either do something funny or try to like frame it a certain way. And I think I've kind of just kept that up with like any game that I'm playing. Like if I just have a funny thought, or if I have something that like, oh, I got this shiny, and instead of just showing off like here's the shiny I got, like if there's some other way I can contextualize it and like make a story out of it, that's kind of the thing I like to challenge myself on, doing that kind of stuff. And that's kind of where like the shiny Wurmple curse saga kind of emerged out of that.
Well,
where I noticed like, I haven't gotten a single shiny Silcoon, and just started making a bigger and bigger deal about that. And I think I've really dug a hole for myself. Like I think I've actually genuinely cursed myself.
Well, tell me a little bit about it, because I don't know that much about your shiny Wurmple saga. I was told to ask you about it, so.
Yeah, it's honestly spun so much out of control that I mean, thank God I haven't evolved a Silcoon yet, because I think I think I've evolved 8 shiny Wurmples in Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, assuming it's a 50-50 chance of getting either one. I've managed to get a Cascoon every single time.
I can't.
So
I don't know what I have.
Like
I gotta
a pretty
look.
big like series of like people that follow me call me like the Cascoon guy. So, but
Let me see what I've got.
oh, good.
Yeah, I got.
I'm looking at the chat for a second too because I see some familiar names in the chat. Is Nate in here? Is that Nate?
Not Nate plays Zark. Yeah, it
Not
is.
Nate. Yeah. Oh God, Nate. What's up?
I don't know if you guys can see
you're
that.
pulling up.
Yeah, I got the.
How dare you do this to me?
I got the whole family.
I see at least 2 Silcoons in there.
Yes. Yep. And I got the party hat Wurmple as well.
Oh,
shiny.
the party hat one too. I've had people offer me that. Of course, they're not people that actually live anywhere near me, so
right.
I can't.
Right. Can't risk your account. Do you get that question a lot? Like, what do you think of spoofing? I need your opinion on spoofing.
I honestly, I don't. People don't really bring it up, and I don't really talk about it. I think I see videos about it. Like I know a lot of like the drama on TikTok kind of comes out of that kind of things, and it showed up in my Discord a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think anyone that's spoofing is definitely not having as much fun as the people playing it.
I 100% agree.
But at the end of the day, like I know that there's kids that are stuck at home that can't drive, and that this game sucks. If you can't, like,
if you can't go out there, yeah.
It's not surprising to me that people spoof. I think if you do have the ability to like go outside and like play the game legit, and you're not doing that, I think that's kind of lame. But
yeah,
if you're not like I don't know, if you're not knocking people out of gyms or affecting my gameplay, I don't care too much.
That's pretty much how I feel. That's like if for some I get it, people have disabilities, some people are younger, they can't drive, you can't leave the house, and yet you want to play Pokemon Go instead of the other Pokemon games. Okay.
Yeah.
You decide to spoof, fine, but make sure that your gameplay isn't affecting other people. Right. Don't go around clearing all the gyms in your local area and making sure that no one else can like put their Pokemon in. Like that was a big thing that was happening in my local area. Actually, it was like there's a group of 4 or 5 people that were spoofing, and they were making it so that literally nobody else could put Pokemon in a gym in the entire county.
Yeah.
For months. Like it was horrible.
This is my stance now. Like present day. Like I'm pretty much. I feel like I've sort of had like a reserved understanding. Whereas if you had asked me this like year 2 of Pokemon Go, I would have been like, yeah, screw them. Those guys suck. Yep. Like back then, they were actually legitimately like treading on our gym territory, and like I would put all this work to like go to a gym that I had to like physically walk to, and I back
or
then,
a remote gym in the middle of a park that you had to walk a mile to get to, and
there was a whole year where I think the only thing I really cared about, like the only goal that I had in the game was like getting gold badges on gyms. So it was really, really like infuriating to have like spoofers just knock you out of stuff that you're like, I'm trying to get like I can't, that definitely sucked. But I feel like I would have them follow me as much anymore. I think they're kind of bored. Anyone that spoofs doesn't really do it anymore. At least not in my area, so it doesn't affect me too much.
I'm pretty sure the guys in my area got banned. It was around the time when when Shiny Gibble became like a reality, and then like all of a sudden all the spoofers started getting themselves a bunch of Shiny Gibbles, and then a huge ban wave came. I think they got scooped up in that.
Yeah, that's right. There were a lot of bans. That might have been what
it was a trap. Niantic set a trap for spoofers. Is what they did. They released Shiny Gibble into the game. They made it so it was really only available in very crazy remote locations in like Japan and different areas. And then all of a sudden, anyone who had multiple Shiny Gibble, you're a spoofer. Like it's impossible. Like no one else could possibly have that.
That's interesting. Is that confirmed? Like that they actually use that as like a.
There was a lot. Now, of course, it's Niantic. Niantic doesn't confirm anything. So, I mean, there's nothing from them that was confirmation, but there was a lot of like articles coming out and a lot of forum posts like following what they were doing and talking with like their devs and different things like that. That it's I mean, I would say 90% sure that's what happened.
They wouldn't want to admit that, obviously,
right?
Then people would know. That's funny though. I guess I missed out on that whole theory, but I believe it.
Yeah, because I knew the one guy in my area. He was doing those and trying to sell Shiny Gibble to local players because he was spoofing to go get them, and then he was trying to sell them $20 a piece per Shiny Gibble, and then I'm pretty sure he got banned. So
Damn.
I didn't hear from him, but yeah, that whole experience with like that guy and all that just left a really bad taste in my mouth as far as like spoofing goes, and I don't know, maybe I've been too vocal about it, and maybe that's why I constantly get the comments of, what do you think about it? Because again, it gets me to go rail off about it. But
yeah,
I was just wondering what your experience was with it and all that.
yeah.
Kind of
It's
stuff,
it's funny that you mentioned that, because I'm happy to talk. Like I think it's something that probably should be talked about more. But people in my comments do not bring it up.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe the only time it becomes a topic of discussion is while I'll do these spotlight hour streams. Like that's probably the one time a week that I'll actually do like a Pokemon Go focus thing anymore, while I'm live. And people will ask me if I'm spoofing because I AirPlay my iPhone to like an Apple TV, so it looks like I'm playing on like a PC. And then people will ask me, but beyond that, people don't bring it up. And
I get the same thing because I'll go live on TikTok while I DoorDash in Pokemon sometimes. But like, since I'm driving around in my car and technically, someone else is driving and I'm passenger, I'll get comments constantly being like, you have to be spoofing. Or they see like my Go Plus little icon lit up because I've got that going, and they think that is the spoofer app thing.
Isn't that shocking? Like
I've been reported for that. Like people have told me like, I'm reporting you for spoofing because of that thing. I'm like, please don't do that. I'm not, and I have a really nice collection I would like to keep.
I think it must be because Niantic just doesn't advertise that ever.
I think so. They don't.
But I'm shocked by the amount of people that don't know. Like I'll talk about like my Go Plus in videos, and people are like, "What is that? Like auto catchers? What?"
Me too.
I'm like, really? People don't know about these things? Like I couldn't.
They call it cheating,
and I'm like, game anymore if I didn't have one.
Yeah, at a certain point, like a certain level of the game, you have to have that. You literally have too many Pokeballs in your inventory to go through them fast enough without an auto catcher.
And if you're living your life and you have to like go places where you can't have your phone open all the time, that's like, you're literally missing out on potential like Stardust and XP by.
I get shinies and hundos every day.
So yeah, I mean it's become a genuine problem where I'm like, I'll get anxiety if I forget my Go Plus.
Yeah,
just like
too.
if I forgot my wallet or something. It's like it's just something I bring with me, and I've gotten like so much from that. I think every single one of my shiny Wurmples is from a Go Plus catch too. I don't think I've ever actually encountered a shiny Wurmple on my screen. Like they've all been harvested, and it's just occurring to me right now. Maybe that's part of the curse.
It must be.
I haven't actually had to catch one myself, so that's why.
Maybe you have to challenge yourself. You can't use your audio catcher until you encounter a shiny Wurmple.
Yeah, you know what? This is giving me ideas. See, this is the kind of like this is the kind of storytelling that my brain like feeds on for content. And the more obscure and like dumb it is, the better. Like I love just overly fixating on all the details of these games, and like, because that's what we do, right? When we're playing, like you become so aware of like how you're approaching, like oh, I'm acting this certain way just because of like this game is set up in a certain way.
Yes.
I don't know. It reveals a lot about people.
It really.
I like kind of outing myself on that for video, for content, for entertainment.
Of course. Let's see. Twin Cactus says, evolve a shiny right now. You want me to evolve one of my shiny Wurmples? Okay. We'll see what it turns in. Let's see what it turns into. Let's go.
I should join in on this because I have completed family shinies. I know I do that I haven't evolved yet. Because you know how you like, I mean, maybe I think other people do this. Maybe it's just me. But if I catch a shiny, I won't evolve it until I have like the whole family.
Of course. Because what if you get a better?
And then at that point, I'm like, all right, now I feel comfortable evolving it because, I had a Wurmple on my house spawns.
Oh,
just it's not shiny though, unfortunately.
Let's see what I got.
I don't know. Is that showing up on screen? Can you actually see?
I can see it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to read it off the delay on Twitch, but
sorry.
I'm gonna pull up. I mean, if you're evolving your shiny right now, I'm gonna just go through and check.
Okay. evolve it right now. Here we go. Let's see what it turns into.
Let's see. Oh, I know what I can do. Oh, you're evolving one of your shiny Wurmples right now? Oh,
Yep.
wait a minute. Okay. All right, hold on.
And there it is.
So jealous.
That's a Cascoon.
The Cascoon luck. Bandy's here with the Cascoon luck, of course.
That's right.
You can blame her for that. I'm gonna evolve. I've got all these Snubbles.
Okay. There we go. And you don't have the family complete yet?
Yeah, I mean, I have 4 shiny Snubbles. I don't remember getting that many. That must have been. Yeah, honestly, that's shocking. All right. Well, let's evolve. Let's get that Granbull.
Let's go.
This is my best IV one. And the funny thing is, I know for a fact that I have like probably 5 or 6 families of shinies I haven't evolved yet because I'm just bad at keeping up with that. Sorry, I have no idea if this is actually showing up on screen.
There it is. The Disney
Granbull shiny's pretty good though.
Uh-huh. He's very Disney.
Yeah. There's the IVs.
Oh, look at that. Very nice.
Not too bad.
Very nice.
Appreciate that. You gotta love the chat reminding you to do stuff that you just don't take the time to do in your personal time.
That's true. 100% he's bad luck for shiny Wurmple. Hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I couldn't be happier, honestly, with that result.
Yeah. All right.
What's up with the Bandy blame? Well, we like to share. You know, I'm someone that likes to share stuff, so I'm not gonna take all the credit for bad luck. I like to spread that out to the chat.
Me too. So, what's the latest shiny you got in Arceus?
Oh man, I think last night. Oh, what did I get? It was. I know I got a Stantler, but there was something else. God, I'm totally blanking. If someone was watching my stream last night, it was either during the stream or before I streamed because I was playing the game a lot, collecting footage for a new video that I'm working on.
Okay.
And I was so caught up in that, I don't even know. But you know what? I have Arceus open here right now.
I heard the shiny rates are different in Arceus.
Oh yeah, they're quite generous. Oh, it was Dusclops.
Okay, very cool.
What it was.
That's a really cool shiny.
Yeah, just a straight up shiny Dusclops. Yeah, it's pretty easy to get one now, and part of that's just because of the way that it's an open world game now, so you can kind of literally just survey an entire field of Pokemon and just see if they're shiny and then move on. And then rather than having to go in and encounter each one like that, just that alone increases the rate at which you could find them.
Of course.
But there's mechanics in the game like outbreaks that will boost the odds, and it's pretty easy to get them. And I know that's been kind of a controversial thing. I think some of the more diehard shiny hunters are like, oh, it's too easy now. But I don't know.
Do we really want to be spending months soft resetting still?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing it with. I've got Brilliant Diamond, and I'm still picking my starter because I'm still waiting. I'm still soft resetting.
Are you resetting for a shiny starter in Diamond?
Yes, I am, because I don't have my capture card yet, so I can't stream the game. So I might as well keep going for that starter until I get it.
Mine as well.
But yeah, the shiny rates are around 1 in 4,000. I think I've checked about 100 at this point, so I still have a long way to go.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, the people that people are doing that again now that Arceus has been added to the game. That started a whole new wave of people shiny resetting. Man, that reminds me. There was a video I was gonna make about Diamond that I just never got around to, about me resetting for berries. That's the only resetting I ever did in Brilliant Diamond. I was resetting to talk to the berry master because he gives you a random berry, and I was trying to get all the berries, and to me that was a much more achievable goal. And it still took hours and hours and hours.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't even want to think about, what it would take to actually get a full odds shiny starter.
Yeah.
But
right now, I'm just if I have 30 minutes or an hour where I can have it open and I'm working on something else, kinda, I'll do that. I'll do like 25 checks, put it away, see what happens, and move on to the next one. And eventually, hopefully, I'll get it. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like to play games that I can kind of do other stuff too.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
I'm almost never just 100% focused on a game. Like I'm usually watching shows or have YouTube open or something.
Same.
Being an adult, you gotta find ways to multitask.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I got 3 screens currently, and I got a 4th one over on the ground. I need a stand to put it up, and then I'll have 4 screens in front of me while I'm streaming.
Oh, you got me beat by one. I'm running a 3-screen setup, but one of those is like a big TV. So
yeah, that's one of my screens is a TV as well.
Yeah,
it's like 27 inches or something like that.
No, you kind of have to if you're going to be streaming and like running. Like I know that like we were talking about the streams where I've been using OBS for like watching Pokemon while playing Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of stuff I have to have like off to the side that I have to manage sometimes just to run that simple thing is overwhelming. And it has me worried, like when I actually finally do start streaming, if I attempt that it's gonna add a whole new layer of complexity.
It's not easy. It's much more complicated than it looks originally. I can tell you that. Like it's you get the computer, you get OBS set up, you start to figure out how OBS works, you get your first scene set up, and everything seems cool. Then you turn your computer off and you turn it back on, and everything's changed, and it's a nightmare.
What a nightmare!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me give you just 1 second. My dog is about to go nuts. I gotta go let him out real quick.
Oh, take your time.
I'll be right back.
I'll sit here with the chat for a second.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Lucid, you're saying the shiny rate for the starters is 1 in 4,000? Yeah, that sounds about right. Isn't it like 4,000 like 82 or something? I can't remember. And Nate, I don't want to hear this Barbie girl stuff. Oh, is it our hat? I'm trying to be neutral, okay? I'm trying to keep it low key. I'm on someone else's stream. I'm not gonna go into full Pokemon influencer mode. We're talking man to man. We're keeping the hat out of this tonight.
I'm back. My
Welcome
fiance
back. Oh my gosh, that
got a puppy.
That is a
3
puppy?
days ago. This is our new puppy. This is Molly.
Is that a beagle?
It is. It's a beagle puppy.
Dude, that was.
And she is precious.
My first family pet. Not even from a puppy. We actually like inherited a beagle in her later years, but she was precious. I have a soft spot for beagles, so.
We've had her for 3 days, and I'm in love. She's
yeah,
she's
the
literally the best.
I'll have to agree with Bandy there.
Oh. All right, you can go back down.
What's her name?
This is Molly.
Molly. Okay.
Yes, classic dog, but still.
Oh man, really just gonna bomb the stream with that.
That's right.
we can't possibly talk about anything or do anything more interesting than what you just held up to the camera. So
fair enough. We have been talking for about an hour though, so it's fair enough. I do want to be respectful of your time, so if you want to go, it's totally cool.
No, I'm good for another 15 minutes or so at least. There's a couple things I got to get to later, but I work from home for the most part, so I've got a pretty flexible schedule.
Very nice. I'm right now. I'm applying to jobs where hopefully I can start working remotely from right here at this desk, which would be absolutely great because driving all day every day is really starting to take a toll on me. Like my back is just killing me constantly.
Yeah, no, I imagine like that's. I know some people that do that, and it's just intense. But yeah, I mean, thankfully the climate for that now, like I feel like a lot of companies are way more open to remote work. Like my cousin recently quit his job and found like another job that was more flexible with like allowing him to do that kind of stuff. So
absolutely,
hopefully you can find something there. I think it's a better market for it nowadays.
I think so too. And since the pandemic, like there are whole websites now that are just all remote jobs only, like Indeed and Monster, but it's only for remote jobs. So I mean,
okay, interesting.
Eventually, someone will hire me. I hope. There she is.
No, that's the key. Is just staying persistent with it. But
All right. She doesn't want to go, so she can stay.
oh, I wanted to ask you this because
Mm-hmm.
I've always been curious about your name, Judgmental Monk.
Okay.
I know this is like, I know, when you get invited to someone's show, usually like I'm the one talking about myself, but I want to ask
That's fine.
you
Go
about
for
your
it.
origin story with your name.
Go for it.
It's such a unique.
I'm much better at answering questions than asking them, so go for it.
Okay.
So you want to know where my name came from? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's kind of funny. So my gamer tag has been Judgmental Monkey for a very long time. All right.
Oh, okay.
So now the reason it's called Judgmental Monkey is I don't know if you remember a very old movie called Grandma's Boy. It was a bit of a stoner gamer movie. Do you remember this movie? Have you ever watched Grandma's Boy?
Yes. Yeah, I think I watched that a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's a moment in the movie where he's sitting on the couch after smoking a bunch of marijuana with the monkey, and he looks over at the monkey and he goes, "Don't judge me, monkey." And I just thought that was the funniest thing. So I decided to make a username called Judgmental Monkey, just kind of like a little funny thing towards that. But it turns out that's way too many characters for most usernames for most games and channels and all that kind of stuff. So I got shortened down to Judgmental Monk. It's stuck. A lot of people say they like the name. They say it fits, kinda. I don't know why, but I'll take it. And
yeah, no, I'll float my theory on why I think it works.
Okay.
Because it's just like a hilarious paradox, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Because like a monk is someone that's like very like religiously pious and kind of like reserved, and I don't know, the fact of like imagining like a very judgmental monk is just sort of a funny mental image.
Yep.
Maybe not that I guess religious people are known to be judgmental too, but to me it's just
it depends on the religion.
That imagery clashes in my brain a little bit, and it cracks me up. So I had to ask about it.
That's how that's the origins of it. So, and it was the same thing. Once it got shortened down, I was like, do I scrap the whole username? I was like, Judgmental Monk. I kind of like that. I like the dichotomy.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It stands out very well. So very iconic.
Sorry.
And the icons that I've seen, like you've gotten some pretty awesome fan art.
Yes.
Drawn around that too, which is always a fun part of doing stuff online.
Absolutely. I mean, it's how I got my logo. Really, is I was just like, make a Judgmental Monk Mewtwo, and that's what they came up with.
Is Mewtwo like your top pick, favorite Pokemon?
It's hard to say. You know how that is. It depends on the situation for what Pokemon you want to use and what's your favorite. But yes, Mewtwo is definitely up there. I love Mewtwo.
Okay.
I'm a Gen 1 90s kid, so
yeah.
Snorlax, Lapras, Mewtwo, the three like the legendary birds, the starters. I love them all.
Yeah, no, I have that same curse, just being like all in on Gen 1. Even a lot of my goals in Pokemon Go just sort of center around like trying to like get Gen 1 complete to the highest degree that I can. Like I'm gonna get like a gendered pair of everything, try to get as many hundos as I can. Still kind of gutted that I can't get like a perfect Articuno. That's like my white whale. Like anytime Articuno comes back into raids, that's like the one time I'll actually start dumping money into this game. Just trying to get that. But yeah, soft spot for all the Gen 1 stuff.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. I don't know if you can hear her whining, but she needs me to give her back to
you're good.
Carly. So 1 second.
No, I think her being on camera, if she wants to steal the show, I think the chat's perfectly okay with that. Lucid's there. You bet that puppy has a good puppy smell. Yeah, puppies do have kind of like a good, that kind of good dog smell. You know, that only lasts for a little bit.
It still has the puppy breath.
Yeah. I mean, what about you though? Like, as far as like goals in Pokemon Go, like, is there anything that you're focused on, like trying to achieve at this point?
I really want to complete my shiny decks for Gen 1. I'm really close. I think I only need like a couple more. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, amen on that. That's
I'm
another one of
really
my
close.
Plans, yeah.
I need 6 more to finish the
Really?
Pokedex. Yeah, 6
Wow.
more. Yeah. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, I don't even know what my count would be, but I don't think I'm that close. That's and is that like having like full shiny families of like evolution and
Yep. Yep.
wow.
Yep. 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 But then,
No,
other than that, I'm just gaining the XP. So, like, I know I'm already level 50, but there's going to be another level cap increase eventually. So I might as well
Think
double.
so?
I might as well double my XP, right?
I would love to see that, but I really not sure if they'll do it.
Really?
Just because how much XP would have to be.
It would
But
be a lot.
maybe, I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, you might as well like just in case it hurt. I mean, they're gonna be. I'm telling you, as long as this game is online and I have a phone and I can leave it, I'll be getting XP and Pokemon Go.
Same here.
It's like, okay.
Exactly.
I'm not not in a rush.
Like
I haven't even let myself hope that they would add another level cap.
I see it coming. I don't know. I think they will. I really do.
Okay. Because I know, like, we're the crazy ones that, like, actually, put the time in. And, like, as soon as that came out, like, I'm sure you were also kind of rushing for it. Or maybe you already had all the XP for it. But
almost.
I mean, that's when I really enjoy this game the most is, like, min-maxing my time and efforts into, like, hitting those level milestones.
I really like the level, the level challenges that they did. Like, I really liked it. Like, a lot of people complained, oh, it's too much. I was like, no, it wasn't. I want it to take a long time. Like, I want it to feel like something that I tried and really had to do.
Yeah, this is why you have to be careful if you start playing Arceus, because if you like tasks and just checking those boxes, that's like what that whole game is about.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
So fair warning in there, because that's the exact kind of thing that I like kind of dig my teeth into with games like this.
Same here.
I mean, I've learned to set. You do kind of have to learn to set your own goals to an extent, but nothing beats actually like being given a real quest in a game that has like an endpoint or some kind of like payoff that's actually acknowledged like in the app itself. So.
But yeah, so I'd say finishing my shiny Kanto Dex would be great. I also want to finish getting Best Buddy, all of the hundos that are eventually going to become Mega Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
So I'm working towards getting all those to Best Buddy. I've basically completed all of the special research since the very beginning of the game. I'm still on the Masterwork Research Apex 2 out of 4, which is the most recent one. But other than that, I've completed every special research in the game. So I guess just keep working towards that. And
no, I've religiously stayed on top of pretty much everything. The only thing I've skipped are the community day like tickets. I think I decided early on that I just like wasn't gonna buy into those because they didn't really seem to offer that much other than like TMs, and I was like, so that and the collection challenges, I missed one of those finally, and that gutted me. Like I made a video about it.
I actually did too. The last one I missed it for the Johto tour because there's just so much going on that I forgot that I needed to evolve an Eevee during the day. And until the sun went down, and I was just like, I forgot. It's over. There's nothing I can do. And that was it.
Yeah.
Like, it was...
Oh, dude.
It was it. It was the only one I needed, and I didn't complete it.
So that's the most common one I've heard. Like, I know you're not alone on that.
Yep.
But for me, it was the trade challenge. Like, not because I forgot, but I hit my trade cap the night before. Like I was trading like past midnight.
Yep.
So I hit my 100th trade without like I wasn't thinking. And then I couldn't make any trades that whole day. So I was completely locked out of the trade challenge, and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, it would be gutted. It'd be nice for those kind of events where they have so much going on. Like literally minute by minute, there's like 5 things going on at a time that you need to be focused on. It'd be really nice if they had some sort of like cheat sheet guide that they put out like a week ahead of time or something that like I know a lot of the content creators make their own, but it would be nice if Niantic had something that was like, you need to make sure you don't do this, this, and this before the event starts because you paid money and you're gonna miss out. Like
no, I 100% agree with that. Like just some kind of extra layer of warning, especially if something that you can miss permanently.
Like, hey, the
that
events,
always sucks.
even if it's in game, like you log in the day before and a little notification comes up says, "Hey, don't max out on all of your trades today," or something. Like, just be careful here.
I mean, like,
something.
To be fair, like I know very few people probably actually do that, like hit the trading cap regularly. The only reason I did was because they were doing the guaranteed XL candies on trades, which is something I was grinding out because, I mean, to list another one of my long-term goals, I want to try to get like at least one of each Pokemon in Gen 1 to level 50.
Yeah.
So I've been on like an XL candy grind for that. Yeah, like I know most people don't hit that, but like for the Eevee thing, I mean that I know so many people that miss that, and they have a notification system in game. Like, why couldn't there be something like, oh, last hour before?
Exactly, the sun will be going down in an hour. Evolve your Eevee. Yeah, because
would be nice.
I wasn't thinking until all of a sudden the game switched from day to night, and then I was just like, I didn't do it. It's over. Oh, missed it. That's it.
I'm just hey, you weren't suffering alone.
No,
I'll just
that's
say
true.
that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that dropped the ball on some of that stuff.
That's true.
I literally messaged the support too. I was like, is there any way that you guys can like increase the trade cap for this day? I was like, but they
no.
I think they were so overwhelmed with responses they didn't even respond till the next day, and it was too late. So it was like,
I'm sure they did.
Okay.
Because some of the biggest things on days like that is the friends list errors and like the rating errors. Like there's so much stuff going on, so many people setting those issues that I guarantee that their support system's just flooded with like raid pass requests because people lost their passes for some glitch of some kind.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're trained to prioritize, the issues related to like microtransactions and people that have spent money. I think the people that are worried about hitting their trade cap are probably at the bottom of this.
Absolutely. But speaking of like the micro transaction stuff, you were saying that you decided a long time ago you weren't going to spend that $1 for the community day storyline. I felt different. I told myself a long time ago I'm going to buy the $1 storyline every community day just because I thought that the items coming out of it were okay for $1. I mean, we're talking lucky eggs or star pieces or incubators, stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good deal. Actually, I mean,
I think it's gotten better. Like way back in the day, it was definitely worse. I think it has gotten better.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is too. It might be better now than it was. I think what happened was it might have been around the time that they put out that Mr. Mime. It was like the Galarian Mr. Mime like research came out, and a lot of people were like protesting.
Yep.
It was protesting that because it was the first time they had just done like pay $8 for this Pokemon.
Yes.
And I think I joined in with a bunch of other people that were like, I'm not gonna like this will be the one thing that I decide to like not do. And that happened, and then I think they did the community day $1 thing, and I was like, yeah, and I just kind of like kept that mentality of like not
fair enough.
Not just like throwing money at every single thing that the game puts out.
Yes.
Just being more like deliberate with like what do I actually care about, and like only buy something if I feel like I'm actually getting like extra gameplay value out of it.
That's how I felt about the storyline, just because it was $1. It gave you more than $1 worth of items from the shop through the storyline, and also it's a fun little storyline. Like someone had to create that story, and like you go through it, and like it's fun for the day. So like I was fine with that. It's the 1,280 coins every community day that they want on that box, so you can get the elite TM the elite TMs and all that kind of stuff. That drives me nuts. I don't spend my money on that thing. I don't think it's worth it. But they try and push everyone to get that as hard as they can every single month.
Oh yeah. And I'm sure people do.
I'm sure.
I'm sitting on a pretty decent stack of elite TMs that I'm not using because I don't.
Too.
I mean, you say you play PvP quite a bit. Yeah. I really struggle to like get myself to play PvP now. Like I used to play it a lot when it first came out for the first few seasons, and I wanted to get like the Pikachu Libre and all that. But until they add like a new exclusive Pokemon to the pool, like doing the grind just for the rating or just to like get like a certain rank, I'm like, it's such a grind. Like it takes so much time, and I just haven't been able to bring myself to do it.
It is.
These past couple seasons.
It takes like an hour and a half to do your full 5 sets, and then you have to
Yeah.
do those like every day in order to get even close to the legend rank. Now I haven't gotten to legend. Well, maybe I did once because I do have a Pikachu Libre. Unless it was one of the super easy seasons. I don't know. I can't remember.
It might have been. I think I did it on like one of the easier
Yeah.
seasons. I think there was a time where they were kind of giving that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just takes so much time, and I do genuinely like get frustrated in like competitive games if I start like losing too much. And so, and of course, the way to get around that is to like spend the time studying. Like, all right, like how do I get a good team? Like, how much Stardust am I gonna have to spend to like
It's
get like
so much Stardust.
relevant? Like, it just became something that I'm like, I don't know if I want to put my time and energy into like this part of the game so much, because I genuinely I enjoyed other parts of the game more. I think like the exploration and collection more than the competitive aspect.
I enjoy
that's just me.
I personally enjoy the PvP. I think you can actually, if you're Stardust grinding, like you're trying to get a lot of Stardust, doing PvP is one of the best ways. I think you can actually increase your
That's
Stardust.
true. You do kind of pay for the investment.
Yeah.
Like if you're having to power up certain Pokemon, you definitely get that Stardust back.
Yes.
I think if you're playing a lot. That's true.
I spent 1,000,000 Stardust on my Master League team. 1,000,000 Stardust.
God.
Like that's and it was very painful to do. Like and I don't know, it's just so much Stardust. And I feel like every single season I have to like remake better Pokemon or change some things around. I'm never not spending Stardust on the Go Battle League. And I don't know. It does kind of grate on you after a while, like having to like you spend so much, you invest so much into a Pokemon, and then the next season comes around and it's no longer meta relevant, or like they debuffed a move on him or something like that. And like that kind of sucks. I get that, but on the other end of it, I do like the fact that they're spending a lot of time like working on these bugs. Like we have the interlude season right now, which means hopefully they're going to fix a lot of these issues because they're doing like the professional tournaments now, like the regionals.
Right. Yeah, they kind of have to take that a little more seriously now, because I've seen the complaints like about the lag and glitches and stuff. And again, since I haven't been playing too much, I don't think I've noticed anything that crazy. And if I do, I usually just assume it's like my problem. Like I'm like, oh, my connection must be bad. You know, like my data must be in like a bad spot or something. But from what I've heard, there's been problems for a long time, like longer than is justifiable considering the time and resources Niantic should have to fix this stuff.
Absolutely, but I am excited to see if they can fix some of these things and see how these regional tournaments go. Because the fact that if you get to legend rank, it gives you an invite to the regional tournaments is actually kind of cool. I find that I really kind of want to. It incentivized me to get to legend way more than just a Pikachu Libre. I think it'd be really cool.
I forgot about that they structured it that way. That is pretty cool.
It's new, but yeah, I'm not gonna get there this season. I don't have enough time to put into it, and like I'm trying, but like there's no way. But
you know what's funny though, like because they did this like battle ticket thing, and that I saw that and I was like, damn you, Niantic, you found the way to get me to care. Like as soon as they started putting battles in this like task, and you made like a quest out of it. I will admit I've been playing more Go Battle League this season.
Same here.
Just because of that damn ticket. They tricked me. They got me.
You want to get to the end. Like what's at the end?
Yeah, you're like from what I've heard is like it just the meter just gets bigger and bigger. I don't know if there actually is an end or not. Maybe you know something about that.
I don't know if there's an end or not either. Honestly, I'm at. I have to win 128 battles right now. I'm 45 out. I'm 45 out of 128, and I'm assuming that it's just gonna double up once I finish that. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, Twin Cactus is saying it's infinite.
It's infinite. Okay. Wow.
See.
So does the Stardust just keep?
On me then. So if it doesn't end, then what's the point? Maybe I'm done with Battle League this season.
It's true. So there's no end. So eventually they're just going to be like, you have to do 10,000 battles for 10 million Stardust, but you'll never actually get there.
Yeah, that seems weird. There has to be. Has someone gotten?
He says yes.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to look into that now. I'm definitely have to look into that.
I mean, in a way, I could see them wanting to keep it infinite because the whole point of it is just they want more people to play Go Battle League.
Yeah,
my guess.
They're troubleshooting.
a decline in general, so they're just trying to make sure people are like actively in the queue.
Mhm.
So if it had an endpoint, then yeah, like people would just hit that endpoint and probably stop. People like me, anyway. So
Niantic
they want to keep it going.
Niantic
Makes
actually
sense.
put out an article before the season started that one of the main reasons that they were doing this Stardust thing was, yes, because they wanted more people to be playing in the Go Battle League, but it was because they needed more data to fix the issues that they were looking at before the end of the season. So they want,
Oh,
so
interesting.
they're
Okay.
trying to get as many people in there playing right now during the season so that they can start fixing as many of the bugs and errors and stuff for stuff that they can't quite figure out themselves, like the random stuff that just happens, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I remember reading that blog post now that this was like an interim
yeah,
season
yep,
for fixing that stuff. So that makes sense.
yeah. I really hope they do. They said they put that notification out, and then I haven't heard anything since. So I don't know
Yeah.
what they're working on, if any issues have actually been identified and fixed, or I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're very used to that. Anyone
It's
who's
true.
been following this company for as long as we have
That's
is
true.
used to just not hearing things from Niantic
Mhm.
for long periods of time.
That's very true.
Um,
Where do you think they're heading next, Niantic? I know their main focus is like AR stuff. I don't know if I've heard
yeah,
very much though on like what they plan to
I
do.
don't
Like I've seen
I don't know.
possibly
Like
some sort of AR glasses that have been like rumored or something, but like I don't know. That
yeah,
seems
I mean
such a far out
they
there concept.
basically told us that that's what they're focusing on. I mean, I think John Hankey was on he was at some conference about VR or AR thing specifically, and how they're there's a lot of talk about like metaverses and things right
Mm-hmm.
now, and he's got sort of an interesting take on it, where he's like, as you got this whole industry that's moving toward putting people in like actual VR metaverses, he wants to keep people outside and make like the AR metaverse like of something that's more important.
Mm-hmm.
So to me that says they're definitely going all in on some kind of like immersive glasses based
Yes.
thing. I just have no idea if that's like actually realistic to like pull off anytime soon. Like there's just like I don't know if there's enough data in the game to like actually build
I don't think there is.
a version of Pokemon Go that could work. like think about like how far apart Pokestops are in general. I mean, maybe if you live in a city,
Yeah.
you might have more. But like in my area, if they're trying to make like an interesting VR experience and they're limited by like these AR scans, like if it's only gonna work like where they have scan data, like they just don't have enough to do it yet. I don't think.
I don't think they do
Um,
either.
and I don't. And it would be a completely different game loop. I almost feel like they would almost have to like put out a new game. I think.
I think they would too.
Uh,
It had to be like Pokemon Go Plus. Like I don't know.
Yeah, which I would be okay with.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying all of this, skepticism out of like a desired like I think like I love like new tech stuff. So I'm on board to try, whatever they do come up with. But it is hard to imagine like a gameplay loop that would work that absolutely does require you to be, present in person. Which again I'm okay with. Like I think obviously Pokemon Go is like unfairly favors people that can be like driving,
Yes.
and that's genuinely like how I end up playing a lot of the time. If I'm just like in a
Of
hurry and I
course.
need to like farm items, it's like yeah, you get in a car, you set your Go Plus up, and you just like roll through downtown
Yep.
for like 15 minutes, and that's not like that shouldn't be like how Pokemon is played. Like
I agree.
I get like from like an idealistic standpoint, like you would want a more like intimate like gameplay loop where you're actually like having to like walk around, and I think that's cool, and I do enjoy the game more when I can actually like play it that way. I just have no idea like as a game like how are they actually gonna pull that off. I have no clue.
I have no idea either.
So I don't know, like it feels to me like the technology is just not there yet for it. Like we need like smartphones were like the big leap in tech that let Pokemon Go happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like GPS based gameplay was like revolutionary, and I don't know how long it's going to take for the next big leap, but I feel like it might be quite a ways off.
I think it's quite a ways
It
off
feels
as
like
well.
it anyway.
I think so as well.
But yeah, no, I'm excited though to see whatever it is they end up doing.
Same here. I would like to see some sort of glasses. I know like back in the day there was like the Google Glass, and like I actually was able to test one of those out, and like it was
Oh, really?
yeah, it was really cool, but like it was not like there's there's no way this was going to be something that most people were going to use. It was so clunky. It gave you a headache after like using it for 5 minutes, and like I don't know. It was the closest thing that I could think of that would like work with something like this sort of. Just because it's like the glasses, it's got the it's got the little screen, and like based on like your eye movements and different things that you do, the screen has different behaviors. But all it did was hook up to your phone, so like you could just like read your email or a text message without having to get your phone out.
So weird, yeah.
But like,
I've never met anyone that's actually gotten hands on with a Google Glass.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, that was like what year?
That must
have been
that was like
while
6-7 years ago at least, maybe even more.
Yeah, so I'm sure whatever version of that now would probably be much more comfortable and like probably faster.
Absolutely.
Because like yeah, back then I can't even imagine what kind of limitations they had with that.
Yeah.
But it's been rumored for
a long time.
I mean, years and years now that Apple has some kind of headset thing, some kind of Google or Apple glasses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Microsoft's been working on their thing with the HoloLens, and like Niantic actually put out a video of like demoing a version of Pokemon Go running with the HoloLens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it absolutely is what they're doing. Like that's where they're going. But it's just like
they need the hardware to catch up before they can start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm 100% on board with like any kind of game that keeps this connection with like basically turning your own town into the game board.
Same here. I thought it was revolutionary.
I think that's awesome, and that's what hooked me on Pokemon Go to begin with. So as long as that is still part of it, then like I'll be on board with whatever they do. Will it be as fun? I don't know. It depends on how limiting it is.
It'll depend on where you're at, probably.
How dumb will I look having to play this? Like that'll also matter.
It won't,
because at least on your phone you can kind of get away with being discreet.
That's true. It can't be any dumber than you look when you're scanning a Pokestop. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I always feel so self-conscious. I'm just standing there by the road and I'm just doing a little circle. Everyone's like, "What is that guy doing?" Just don't ignore me, Pokemon things.
Yeah, just helping Bill. I'm just doing my part for the AR metaverse.
That's right.
Don't mind me.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's fun to think about though, and I like. I don't know. I'm pretty much addicted to just following updates about this game, and I have been since it came out. Yeah. So I'm gonna be waiting patiently, and in the meantime, I've been playing their other games too. They put out that Pikmin one, which is simple, but there's stuff in there. It's sort of a different take on like an AR experience. I think they did like a Transformers one. I'm not really interested in that.
No.
But
did you ever play Ingress before Pokemon Go came out?
Oh yeah. I went pretty hard on Ingress exclusively just so I could make Pokestops.
Yes, same here.
Yeah, like
it's the only way I got into Ingress.
I had fun with Ingress to an extent because it was just so different.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like fun in the same way at all. And like I wouldn't be tempted to go back to it now.
No, I really only got into it.
Put up with it to get the Pokestops.
Same here.
Yeah.
And to learn just kind of how Pokestops and gyms get pushed into Pokemon Go through there. I was very fascinated by the whole process. The whole S2 cells, and then if you vote the picture in Ingress, whatever picture has the most votes, that one becomes the gym when it gets pushed into Pokemon Go, and like I don't know, all that kind of stuff. I've actually been able, since I moved into this new house that I'm in, not quite a year ago. There's a local park just a few blocks away, but it had 0 Pokestops, nothing there at all. And now I've got like 4 or 5 Pokestops in a gym already created over there, and I should have another one pushing through in the next few days, hopefully. So like I don't know, I've been having a lot of fun with that, and it's kind of fun to be able to add stuff to the game you play in the real world. Like find stuff that I had no idea this stuff was around in the real world. And then just because I'm playing Pokemon Go, I'm coming across these things that are actually in my hometown that I had no idea were there. I can turn them into Pokestops. I can learn about them. I don't know. I just like the whole process.
Yeah, no, I 100% resonate with that because I've discovered so much about my own town.
Yeah,
I just never ever would have bothered to like go down certain roads or explore certain things. And gotten into my fair share of trouble too.
Yeah.
Trying to like go a little bit too far down certain roads or trying to like catch stuff. But that's part of the exciting adventure that is playing a game in real life.
Yeah, it's about exploring.
Yeah, it's just exciting. I don't know. So I'm down for any new version of that.
Same here.
The chat was saying something. Niantic gets nice. Bandy's talking about. Yeah, a lot of people don't even scan. They'll do the AR scans. They'll just scan their feet,
and that works. I didn't know if that really worked or not. I figured I had to I don't know, move it around.
It seems to. I think
hilarious.
They just have had to accept that. My guess is they probably don't have a good way of checking to make sure, like the quality of what you're uploading is good enough before they disperse a reward.
Yep.
So they just take any data that's given to them. So
fair enough. They're going to be getting my floorboards more often.
Don't stress yourself out. Good for you. Trying to do the right thing. But if there's too many people around, don't feel bad about scanning your feet a little bit.
Have you heard? I've heard that I've been told not to scan Pokestops because people are worried that Niantic is going to go around removing Pokestops that they don't think are appropriate because people scanned the area and it'll pick up something like a sign saying I don't know or something like that. Have you ever heard of anything like that? I've never even seen a problem like that, but I've heard people tell me.
Yeah,
that.
I haven't seen it happen myself. I've heard people talk about that and be concerned. I don't think
I've never seen a Pokestop that was in the game get removed from the game unless it was in a cemetery that got special they requested no Pokestops at our location because we're a business kind of thing.
No, there was definitely a period of time where they were kind of purging Pokestops that were either inaccessible or just in bad spots in general, and I think people were just blaming the scanning feature on that, but I think those two things just happened to happen at the same time.
That makes sense.
I also haven't been doing the scans too much, so I can't speak from experience.
Fair enough.
I haven't done it enough to notice if it's actually affected anything, but going back to you said you built up a whole park.
Yep.
I mean that. I found the same thing. There was a park kind of hiding in plain sight that I didn't know about in my town. And I probably crammed 16 Pokestops in there over the course of a year. And that I never had more fun with the game than feeling I own this park now.
That's literally how I feel.
I'm this is my contribution to this game. And I think that's pretty cool. One other game lets you do that.
I agree.
It's just you gotta love that stuff.
Yeah, I put my Blissey in that gym that's in the park that I made, and I haven't let it get kicked out since. That's my gym.
Right.
It's mine.
Yeah, no, I mean that's exactly how I felt. Once I sprouted my first couple gyms, I was diehard trying to keep my Pokemon in there. I was sneaking into that park after hours just to knock people out. Because speaking of almost getting in trouble playing this game, that's the kind of level of ownership that I have about my little slice of the game board. I feel like I've definitely moved on from. I really obsessively was trying to get gold badges on gyms for a long time.
Me too.
But there's just too many new gyms now. I feel like something happened where people just started adding Pokestops and gyms in my area too much, and I literally can't keep up anymore. So I don't worry about it.
It's kind of a good problem to have.
I must have 150 gold badges at this point.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Bandy's saying I purposely get my reflection in Pokestops. I get approved.
That's hilarious.
You've actually gotten Pokestops approved that way because I've heard if there's any person in any shot that they'll reject it, but maybe you've kept it subtle enough to get away with that.
Yeah, I always make sure my photos are perfect, no people in it. I try and make it during the right time of day. If there's any sort of signage around that's even has a no smoking or anything like that, I don't want that in the image at all because I don't want them to think this is an area that people aren't supposed to be or something.
Dude, I'm the same way. I don't. Bandy's saying, she's taking these risks. I don't mess around with Pokestops.
No.
I want mine to be accepted at all costs. Mm-hmm. So I go the extra mile to keep that nice and tidy.
Mm-hmm. I'll go to Google and see if the location I'm at has already has like some sort of like Yelp information or pictures posted or anything like that that's like really good that I can upload instead of like the one I take. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the puppy.
No,
whining.
no, you're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're no problem. I do park sign. Bandy's saying I do park signs so the reflection catches me as a selfie. I throw peace signs.
Love it.
I admire that energy. I wouldn't be brave enough to do that. Too risky.
Yeah.
Too risky for me.
Exactly.
Gotta. Maybe you can get away with it. I don't know if they want my mug.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
That might be
They're like, I was going to, but no.
Yeah. Oh, man, there was something in that vein that I was gonna say I forgot, but anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, that's a part of the game that I enjoy. The fact that like we kind of all contribute to our own little corner of it is super fun.
I agree. But okay, so it has been a little over an hour. I do know you said you had to go here soon.
Yeah.
I have my dinner
I
being made, and
should be going here in a second.
no problem.
But
yeah, I got to end up my stream and get to dinner here soon as well. But I really do appreciate the conversation. I want to have you back.
Yeah.
We'll talk some more. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, and if you start playing, Unite,
Mhm.
Let me know, and we'll start. Maybe I can kind of like coach you through. Well, me and maybe some other people. I'm not going to say I'm the most qualified Unite person here.
That's fine.
But definitely might be fun to do something in the future with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll reach out and we'll do a live stream. It'd be fun.
But yeah, thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun. Always like talking about the games that I spend a lot of time playing. So
Same here.
any excuse to do that, I'll take it.
Same here. I appreciate it, and I apologize. My video never came through Discord. It's still doing the loading. I don't understand what the problem
dude,
is.
I should have known that. Discord, especially with the mobile app, it might be something on my end. So
That's all right.
what I need to just get like a nice camera that my Discord will actually recognize.
Look up the Logitech HD 1080p. What's the number? I don't know. I'll send you a message on Discord with what it is.
No,
It's like
I haven't done
it's
any research on this. Is that what you're using right now?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice camera, and I got it for like $60. Like it's not expensive at all.
Okay.
So I'll send you a link.
Yeah, that's definitely better than what I was thinking of doing, which was like going all the way and like getting like a DSLR setup. This is me thinking in like the future if I actually start trying to do like streams on like Twitch or YouTube that I would try to get like real equipment for it, but
That's how I am. I have
a webcam sounds so much easier.
I have 2 Amazon shopping lists. I have my dream setup, my dream streaming gear shopping list, which is all of the crazy expensive stuff that I don't have. Maybe I'll buy one day. And then I have my other one, which is budget streaming gear. And that's the one I've been slowly getting stuff from and working with. So one day we'll get the big camera. But until then.
Well, that's the good part about what we're doing. Is it's kind of fun to be scrappy a little bit.
It is.
Make a little go a long way.
Yeah. This whole thing started with
I
just
very
an
much-
iPhone. So I mean, it's progressing.
Sure. Look at it that way. One step at a time.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the conversation. We'll talk again soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was super fun.
Yep.
I'll see you guys later.
Peace.